So I'm seeing this article, excuse me, going around, and it's been in USA Today. It's on AP. I'm seeing it all kinds of different places. And the title of the article is Ridder is big, quote unquote, if at quarterback as Falcons set sight on winning season. And they go in to the same old. This article is written by Charles Odom, okay? And look, I don't know Charles Odom. I don't know who he is. I don't care really who he is, okay? And I understand that this is the narrative. They say that new Atlanta Falcons linebacker Caden Ellis looks across the line of scrimmage at training camp and sees all the pieces of a balanced, productive offense. Ellis also sees a big if at quarterback, which is the obvious key to success of the offense and the team. Falcons are hoping Desmond Ridder, who has impressed teammates, coaches, management with his poise and command in the second training camp, can end the team's streak of 5 straight losing seasons. Now, by the way, Caden Ellis didn't say anything about an if at quarterback. He talked about how impressed he's been, where he didn't even realize how good of an arm he had, how accurate, how strong his arm was, and all this and the other. So you read through the article, the narrative of, well, Caden Ellis looks at it as a big if. No, he doesn't. He doesn't look at it as a big if at all. So that's disingenuous to kind of put it in terms that Caden Ellis doesn't believe in Desmond Ridder. But besides that, okay. And this is where we are with the national media on these things, okay? Yes. Does Desmond Ridder have to play well? Yeah. I mean, you want your quarterback to play well. Like, I don't think that if your quarterback stinks out the joint, that you're going to win a lot of football games. But here's the thing, okay? And we've talked about this before. And this is what everybody keeps missing. Desmond Ridder doesn't have to be MVP-like. Desmond Ridder doesn't have to be great. He has to just be good enough to have some command, to not turn the football over, and to make some good decisions. Because everything is set up for this offense. We know they can run the football. Now they've added the best rookie running back in the draft. We know that their offensive line is good. Chris Lindstrom's the best interior offensive lineman in the NFL. Caleb McGarry is one of the best run blocking tackles in the NFL. We know that when they need to have weapons to catch the football, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Jonnu Smith, Cordero Patterson, who's part of that run game, we know all of these things. And this is why I say, if the Falcons just completely tank, let's say it's 4-13. I'm just arguing, say it's 4-13. Okay. I don't think Desmond Ridder will be the single biggest reason for that. Now, will he be a reason that they're 4-13? Absolutely. It's hard to, if you don't play well at all at quarterback and you're just dreadful, if you're Johnny Manziel-like at quarterback, then you're going to have a bad football team, despite what you can do offensively and in this and the other, because at some point, the defense coordinators will take those guys away. But Ridder doesn't have to be great. Look, if Ridder's great, they're in the Super Bowl, and he's the MVP of the league. I've had guys talking about, well, he could be 3,500 yards, 4,000 yards. He could be 35 35 touchdowns. If he's 35 touchdowns and 4,000 yards, he's the MVP of the league. He'll be the MVP of the league. So let's slow our roll on that end of it, okay? But this is what this national media can't seem to understand. The weight of the world is not on Desmond Ridder's shoulders. And if you saw Desmond Ridder, he got better each and every week. And I'm telling you, this kid's a winner. You don't go 43-6 in college at a school like Cincinnati, who played Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State, UCLA. You don't go 43-6 in a college schedule like that. And you had plenty of really good Power 5 top tier programs that you played. You don't have that kind of record unless you're a winner. And everybody keeps missing the boat on this. Ridder doesn't have to be great. He has to be just good enough. There are plenty of weapons around him. And I will tell you, and I'll say this, I'll say it consistently, and I'll say it again. If the Falcons fall off a cliff and they stink, I mean, let's just even say there are only 6 or 7 wins again this year. Yeah, that'll be a definite disappointment. But I tell you, I don't think Desmond Ridder will be the number one reason why. I still think that their pass rush and lack thereof will be the biggest detriment to this football team. And if they can't figure out a way to get after the quarterback, nobody's going to be able to cover for 5 or 6 seconds. That's what gets lost in all this. As good as their secondary is, you can't have guys running around for 5 or 6 seconds covering everybody and think that they're going to hold while there's no pass rush. Because we don't influence the game at the number one spots on a team at the line of scrimmage. Will Desmond be a part of that if they do tank? Absolutely. Because again, you can't really be bad unless your quarterback is bad. Like, you can't have really good quarterback play and your team stinks. Like, that's not how the NFL works. So again, Desmond Ridder won't be the downfall of this team. Again, if it is a downfall, defense, lack thereof, lack of pass rush, coaching, that'll be the other thing, mismanagement of roster construction. But I don't think that Desmond Ridder is going to be the guy. When they talk about in this article, when Charles Odom talks about, well, it's a big if at quarterback. Yeah, because we haven't seen him. I get that. But you had to have watched, right? More than just the difference between just seeing Desmond Ridder play and really watching him play is the difference in this. And again, I don't think their number one downfall is going to be their quarterback position. In fact, I think that will be a strength. Don't turn the football over. Be efficient. Make good decisions in the red zone. Help to be a 67% team in the red zone, and we'll be where we need to be. We'll be in good shape. We'll win plenty of football games. But try telling Charles Odom and different pundits across America what that very concept is. All right, as you listen in to Hittin' Hard, make sure you go in to whatever podcast platform that you're listening on and let us know that you're an everyday listener to the program. So we call them our everydayers, and we want to hear from you. Let us know that you're an everydayer 5 days a week listening into the program on whatever platform that you subscribe to.